Welcome back everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor and I'm Jewel and we're on the 10.0.3 version of the Giants editor for Farming Simulator 25. We're going to go ahead and get started. As you see, I painted a little bit, I sculpted a little bit of ground difference in levels, and we're going to show today a tutorial on how to use the replace option so that you can do different things with it. So you're going to come over here. If you don't have this box, go ahead and click on window over here and you can get the terrain editing box, and you can click height and it'll just throw it over here, and then you can come in here and you can put it on round or square brush. We'll leave it on round. You can change the size of your little cursor once you turn on the sculpt mode right here. See terrain sculpt mode, click that and you can see how your size is, and if you like that size, leave it. If you don't, change it. You can do it a bunch of different ways. You can type a number in. You could do 54, or you could move this and it on this little thing and it puts it up or down up to 100 there. Or if you wanted to go really big, you could go 2500 right there and it would enroll your scroll wheel and it'll be really big. But you really don't want that unless you're doing like certain work. So we're going to put it on like 55 right about there. And what you're going to do is go ahead and come down to the left mouse button, or you could pick any one of these. You could pick the middle mouse button or the right mouse button, but in this case we're just going to pick the left mouse button and click on replace. Then once you do that, with this sculpt mode turned on, you can take a spot that you like. Say you want to make everything the level of this little hill here. Say that all this ground around it needs to come up to there. Well, you're going to hover over the top of it with the little point, and you're going to hit Control R and click it, and then what you're going to roll down and you'll see it changed it. Now I should have showed you. I'll show you again. I'll go lower. See the 665? I'm going to go down lower than that spot just to show you that number change. Hit Control R as in Richard, and you see the number just changed. And now we'll go back to the top, Control R as in Richard, and it changed. See? So it sets the number for you. So then you press your left mouse button and the ground comes up to that level. So that's how you use the replace option, and it's really nice because you can make, if you had to do, you're building a bridge or you're building, some flat area up high, you can make it all nice and flat. You can say, oh well, I need it to drop to this level. You can hit Control R on top of that, and then suddenly you can drop it to there. It helps you a lot. You could build a lot with it. I like the replace option. You could come over here if you want one of these heights over here and hit Control R and grab that height, and suddenly it's going to be that height, and you can do this. So the Control R as in Richard feature is very nice, the replace option, and you could select a number. Say you know what number it is, you can just click over here and put the number there. So say, or just pick one. If you want to just pick a number, say you want it to be at 80, right? Then you just put 80 there, click off of it, and then boom, there's 80. And then say you want it to go to 100, type in 100, and suddenly it's at 100. See, so you can pick the number manually here, or you can grab, like I say, you can grab down here and click um, Control R as in Richard, and it'll change that number. And then, of course, you can go down to the bottom. If you don't like any of it, hit Control R, and then suddenly you can get it all back down to wherever you were. But you would have to just keep moving over the top of all of it. So it's a whole lot you could do. Again, grab it again, Control R, and then left mouse click and hold it down. You can do a lot with this. I love it. And then, of course, if you need to change anything, like say you want to have this part on smooth, it's nice to have that. So then if you're building it up and then you're smoothing out the corners, if you're making a bridge or whatever you're doing with it, you can make a spot for buildings, flatten out a good spot. That's the best option, to flatten out a good spot for your building, because not all the ground needs to be flat, but maybe just where your building's going to sit, and then you could smooth out the edges like that. So then once you've got your building set, you can make your ground around it look nice. So, but that's how you use that replace option. It's really nice. I like it. And if you bring the opacity on the left mouse button down, it just replaces at a slower rate. So say you click this one, right, Control R to get it to come to that level. You see how slow it's coming up now? It's because we lowered that opacity level right there. But if you want it to come and go fast like I just showed you, go all the way up or go midway, and then you do it and it's suddenly instantly there. See? So it changes it really quickly. So you could put it in the middle if you want to leave it kind of mid-range, but you know, it moves it with the rate that you put it in that bar. Right, Control R, and then bring this one up, and then you can see it's real fast. Bring it back down, you can see it's barely even moving, but it's coming. But I'd have to keep on wiggling back and forth forever and ever and ever. And it would just take a long time to do. Actually, we'd have to put a little bit there for it to even register. See, it was at 0, it wasn't even registering it at all. So we put it to like 0.23, and now it's coming slowly. So that's how you use those things, and we're going to go ahead and call that here. I'm going to be teaching more and more as we go. Some of this is same, some of it's a little different. Like I say, the opacity is a little different than the way they used to have it up here. So, but they put one for each mouse button, so each one can be controlled individually, which is kind of nice. But we're going to call that here. That's how you use the replace option. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Please hit that like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.